That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
It's crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
Welcome back, campers. I am your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, David Stokes.
And we're here to tell you some strange, spooky stories. So get ready, because they're coming.
Yep.
David, you had some news for me. Some breaking news.
Yeah. I mean, it's not super breaking news, especially because I don't think this episode's going to be coming out as soon as I'm reading this article. But on December 13th, 2013, holy shit, wait, what? All right, never mind.
Mine is also, I also have a news article that is from 2013. So, I mean, we're pretty late to the party anyway.
Why did I see this posted so much today if this is from fucking 2013? Okay, it's whatever. We're cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. So, in Colombia, a elderly lady went to the doctor for a pelvic pain and was told the pelvic pain was caused by a 40-year-old stone fetus.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
So the 82-year-old had been carrying a calcified 4-pound fetus, which is called a lithopedion, for decades without even realizing it.
How does that happen?
So the scientific way that happens is it's similar to like damaged knee cartilage when it's some science man thing that I don't really get, but so what it says right here, it says when you get old cartilage in the knee, it calcificates. So it basically like
Calcifies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it does calcification.
Okay.
And the tissue protects it around it, so like there's no infection.
Mm-hmm.
But so it basically just took the dead.
Well, I mean, so it died, and then there's like it's just
Yeah,
kinda,
it
why
didn't-
wouldn't just like I don't know.
Basically, she had this infant in her body and didn't realize it. She didn't know she was like pregnant or anything.
Yeah.
And it passed away due to complications, but since it never exited her body, the body just like basically covered in calcium, and so she had been carrying this fetus for 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it weighed 4 pounds.
Oh my god.
The pictures are pretty wild.
There's a picture of the fetus?
Yeah, they had like X-rays and shit.
Oh gee. Oh no. What about like how'd they get it out?
You trying to see this baby?
How'd they get it out?
I think you just open her up and snap it out.
You can snap it out. It's kind of like what I said on the previous podcast when I said cut them open and sometimes they're like the coroners are like, there's a rock in their stomach. They died of choking on a rock.
Yeah.
So this lady literally had a rock baby in her stomach.
Yeah, stone baby is what they call it.
Dwayne the Rock fetus.
Yeah, he wasn't as tough as he thought.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like she just had pain all of a sudden.
Yeah, she had a pelvic pain, and who knows? Maybe she'd had it for a while and just finally decided to do something about it. But
wow,
yeah, pretty wild.
That's crazy.
I'll show you the picture of it later.
Yeah,
we'll post it.
Yeah, I'm good.
We'll post. I mean, it's just like an X-ray photo. It's nothing like. It's just like a weird little baby.
It's a weird little baby rock.
It's just a weird little baby.
He's just a hard little baby.
Oh, oi! It's just a weird little stone baby. Little golem baby.
Now, how far do you think I could skip the baby across the pond?
Probably not great.
Why are we like weirdly British, Australian?
I almost felt a little Scottish
hybrid?
on mine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we
Don't
know
where
we
that's going
are.
with.
And we're offending all of those nations right now.
Hey, as long as you
sorry.
offend everyone, nobody can be offended.
It's true.
It's the South Park method.
It is true. Okay, well, that was a pretty fucking weird thing. And mine is also from 2013.
Great year.
Weird year.
Great year.
Weird year. So, I don't know if I should read you the title.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the title.
Okay,
Really surprised me.
So, Takuya Nagaya's mother thought...
Is that Japanese?
Yeah, it's Japanese. Takuya Nagaya's mother thought her son was acting far too strangely when visiting on Thursday, behaving quote-unquote erratically, and rambling on about being a snake.
Oh.
So that's a telltale sign that
Lizard person.
your son is just probably not doing too good in school. You know, snakes don't know math that good.
Nope.
So, while slithering about on the floor, he mentioned that he was a snake. So, clearly worried about the boy, she made a frantic call to his 53-year-old father, Katsumi Nagaya, who proceeded to beat Takuya to death over the course of 2 days.
Holy shit.
That's not funny.
That's a good route.
No, that's not funny, but
what?
it's funny because the way he tried to he tried to do an exorcism,
Okay.
but the way he tried to do the exorcism was by biting him and headbutting him. So he headbutted him to death.
Jesus.
So
I want to see what the dad looked like after that.
it says, according to Mail Online, when police asked Kasuma why he killed his son, he answered that he was attempting to drive the snake that had possessed him. It was later revealed that Katsumi repeatedly headbutt and even bit Takuya in an attempt at the snake exorcism, and when his body finally gave up and went limp a day later, he was rushed to the nearest hospital where he was pronounced dead. No charges have been set pending a mental health evaluation for the dad. And back in 2006, apparently, a story with a very similar beginning and a polar opposite outcome happened when...
It turned out he was a snake.
Snake crawled out of his butthole. No, when two 12-year-old children from Nepal began to writhe around on the floor, instead of beating them to death, the locals believed they were possessed by a snake god and promptly built them their own temple.
Fuck yeah.
So
That sounds sick. They just feed them mice all day?
it just depends on where you're living.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get a swift headbutt or 500 to the head, and
Until
other
you're
times
dead, yeah.
you get a nice... Sometimes you get a swift headbutt to the temple, and other times you get a temple.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
That's sick.
So-
Wait, where was the temple? I want to see what this looks like.
Nepal.
Okay, a Nepal
Is it
snake
Nepal?
temple?
Yeah, Nepal. So, two 12-year-old children. So, two of them. Oh, God. See, if I would have known when I was a child that all I would have to do is writhe around on the floor and pretend I'm Jesus,
Yeah.
then I might have got at least a cool robe out of it, right?
Yeah, at least.
He's got
That's a
some
bare minimum,
cool
yeah.
digs. What do
Okay.
you call what Jesus wears? Is that a robe?
I don't know.
Like, who do people pray to in America? Jesus. Who else could I be?
So,
Snake?
What
Jesus?
what I realized when I Googled it was that, I don't know what it's like in Japan, but I'm pretty sure snakes are, like, a big deal in Nepal.
Yeah, I mean, that's why
And
they
so
built him
it's-
a temple.
Yeah, so it's like almost like a religious thing. Okay, that makes sense.
He should have writhed around on the floor and said he was a Pokemon.
A Pokemon.
He would have been.
Me, I'm a Pikachu.
They would have built him a nice stadium to fight in.
Would have forced his body into a small ball. Just get in there.
And that's how we got a rock fetus. What? Oh, that's
Geodude?
That's crossing the fucking.
You're talking about a
line.
Geodude?
No, it's Geodude. No. This is my little Geodude. Oh my god.
Yep.
There's too many connections to be made here.
Yeah, Colombian Geodude.
So, god damn. So, yeah, just don't get a dad who thinks that you headbutt people to get demons out of them.
Yeah, that's-
Demons in them.
He got them demons in him.
So, yeah, stay away.
Yeah, you want to start your story?
No, I want
No?
to keep talking about Snake Boy. No, yeah, I'm down to start my story. Because this story is freaking wild and also takes place in none other than Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why?
So, in 2008, a man who chose to remain nameless for reasons that will make sense soon enough
Fair enough.
lived in his small apartment in Fukuoka.
Why do they always have to mention it's a small apartment? Like, shit.
Actually, I wrote that.
Okay.
So,
You don't know if it was small. Maybe it was a really
have
nice
you
one.
been to Japan?
That's true.
Everything's small there.
That's true.
I've never been to Japan. I'm like, have you been to Japan? So, yeah, it's and you know what? This small apartment will come into play. Okay,
Okay.
that's why I'm building. Do
Okay.
you know what telling a story is? I'm building right now.
I
Okay?
don't.
So, in Fukuoka, Japan, that's where he lived, which is a city in southern Japan. Most details about this man have been omitted due to privacy issues, but we do know he was a young working professional who spent most days at his place of work. Most days he would come home from work, eat dinner, watch some TV, shower, and then go to sleep to wake up and continue the cycle the next day. everything seemed pretty normal until one day the man noticed that there was food missing from his refrigerator.
Okay.
I mean, have you ever had that instance before where you wake up
Yeah, I've
following
got a
morning?
girlfriend who eats all of my food.
Oh, I was going to say you wake up the following morning and you're like, wow.
Nah.
I remember drinking those beers last night, but which one of you motherfuckers ate my leftover cheeseburgers?
Yeah, no, I definitely had a lot of roommates in college, so I know exactly what this is about.
But then you end up, it was like you who ate the cheeseburger, you know?
Oh, was it?
I mean, you ever drunk, eat anything, and then wake up the next morning, you're like, where is it? You've totally forgot. And you find like half of it in your bed because you fell asleep while eating it. You ever done that?
You find a lot of cheeseburgers under your pillow?
I find a lot of half cheeseburgers underneath my fucking pillow.
Fair enough.
Cheeseburger fairy. So he checked his refrigerator and he saw missing food. He obviously second-guessed himself and checked the rest of the house to see if anything else was stolen because, you know, that's where you just go to next.
Yeah.
It was not, though, so he thought he had imagined it, which I also do, too. I'm like, did I eat that? I don't know.
Yeah.
So although he thought he was mistaken, he kept an eye on the inventory of his food in the refrigerator since he also had no roommates or anything. He noticed a couple days later, though, that the same problem occurred. Missing food. So at this point, you're getting kind of, weirded out. So the man decided that he was not indeed crazy and decided to install security cameras in his apartment to catch this crook in action who was only stealing food, The cameras conveniently linked to his cell phone, and when he got home and he sat down in his kitchen, he went to look at the footage that was recorded that day to see if the cameras caught anything. He didn't see anything at first, but then, in the corner of the frame, he saw a cupboard open and a small old woman climb out, walk to the fridge, open it, and ate food out of it.
Okay.
Can you fucking believe that? She then went and watched TV for a bit, walked off screen, presumably showering,
Yeah.
and then climbed back into the cupboard. The man turned his head to realize he was sitting within feet of the woman in the cupboard.
Oh, that's creepy.
Isn't that fucking terrifying?
Like, I know it's an old lady, like, what's the worst you can do, but that's still very creepy.
Well, I feel like that's a very common urban legend of like, oh, there's somebody living in your house this whole time.
Well, like that murder story I told, the German one.
Yeah, Hinterkaifeck.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, somebody up in the attic and they come down and they take food or whatever.
Yep.
But this was a very small apartment, like I said.
Yeah.
And when you see this, like, on your closed caption, security system, you're just like, holy, closed circuit security system, you're like, holy shit, like, what the fuck?
What's your next step? Do you just like, hey, get out of my closet, you old bitch? Or like,
see, I mean, are you asking me personally?
yeah, like, what would you do? Would you like? I'd get a hose and just like get it ready and open and spray her.
Raid?
Yeah, get some raid.
No, honestly, I would probably leave the house because you don't know if somebody's insane enough.
She's rabid.
I was gonna say, if somebody's insane enough to live in your cupboard for however long they've been living there,
Yeah.
they're probably also, they don't have anything to lose, and they might also like try to kill you.
That's fair.
So, you need a little bit of backup, or just at least like a witness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just be like, I shot this old lady, and you're like, why'd you shoot her? You'd be like, oh, because
She was
living in my cupboard, and you sound crazy.
Yeah.
You need
It's not
backup.
good. Not a good start.
So she was probably sleeping anyway up in there,
Yeah.
on that nocturnal cycle. So what would you end up doing? What would you do? Spray her with a hose? Is that what you said?
I'd probably just like knock on it.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You'd be so scared. Shut up.
I don't think I'd be scared. It's just a little old lady eating my breadcrumbs.
I mean, that's so creepy, though.
It is creepy.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Realistically, I'd probably call the cops.
yeah, so this man contacted police, and after an exhaustive search of the property, the woman was, I mean, I don't know how exhaustive it was if he knew she was in the cupboard,
Yeah.
but, I mean, I think they were looking for accomplices, or maybe she brought her gang with her.
She's got a whole family.
Old lady gang. So, after searching the property, the woman was found in the built-in cupboard that was designed to store bedding and mattresses. The woman was identified as 58-year-old Tatsuko Horikawa, who was a homeless woman.
Okay.
Behind the sliding door, she had laid out a thin futon, and had several plastic drink bottles. Police said there was just enough room for her to lay down. They added, "We searched the house, checking everywhere that someone could possibly hide," said Hiroki Itakura, a police spokesman. "When we slid open the closet door, there she was, curled up nervously on her side." I bet you're nervous.
Yeah.
That is... There's no way talking yourself out of that
A
situation.
scared little rat lady.
I'm a bug. Like, oh, this bug's huge. Shit. So, yeah, she got busted. And, Horikawa told police that she had nowhere to live and that she nowhere to live and had first taken up residence in the cupboard in a room that the man rarely used. So she was being considerate.
He's got multiple rooms. It's not that small of an
They're like,
apartment.
"Oh, you really need this cupboard? You haven't even opened it for a year."
That's
Oh,
true.
You know, it's
That's
like,
kind of on him.
but the crossing the line is just like, buy your own food, man. You can't mooch. You're not even paying rent, and now you're taking food. You're the worst roommate ever.
I want to know, like, did they list off exactly what she was eating?
No. I mean, probably like Wonder Balls.
Wonder Balls, huh?
You know what Wonder Balls are?
Are those the ones?
We don't
that
have to go into it.
The ones that are banned here because kids kept eating the
The
toys.
stickers on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, chocolate ball with some toys on the
I
inside.
remember those were really good
Yeah,
too.
so
They had
he-
like little Mulan toys. In
Yeah,
them.
this guy only ate Wonder Balls, so he's like, "Where's all my fucking stickers?"
You know why he did
She
that?
would just eat the stickers out of the Wonder Ball.
You know why he only ate Wonder Balls?
Why?
Because he was a grown ass man who could do what he wanted.
Goddamn right. He was. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna say he wasn't no mooch living in the cupboard.
Yeah.
But I feel kind of bad for her actually because
It's sad.
she is homeless. But like, you also don't do that. That's very scary and creepy, and like probably the biggest invasion of privacy that could ever be created in a fucked up story.
It's up there.
So, she, like I said, she was in the cupboard, room that the man rarely used. About 1 year previously, when the owner of the house had gone out and not locked the door, that's when she walked in and crawled in a cupboard.
Who knows whose cupboard she could have ended up in?
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that it's really interesting, just the fact that she was like, I doubt he opens this. But, like, you don't know. He might open it a lot.
She looked for the dustiest handle.
I think she probably just was like, oh, there's probably nothing in here. He doesn't store anything. But, I mean, God, that must be nerve-wracking every single day. Like, what do you say when they open up the drawer and they're just like, hey, I'm a blanket. Don't look at me. So, police actually believe that she had moved between different addresses in the neighborhood during her stowaway year.
So she's been in other cabinets.
I don't know. That's what they think. Maybe like when somebody was kind of catching on a little bit, maybe she would be like, maybe spending a couple nights on the street, wait for somebody to not lock their door,
Yeah.
try to get in there.
How many doors do you have to try until you get to one?
How many
that's
people
unlocked?
aren't locking their doors?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. So, especially in Japan where there's so many people, I feel like there's such a... Maybe it was like a...
Could have been a smaller town.
It obviously was not a safe enough apartment complex. I was going to say maybe it's a safe apartment complex where you don't have to lock anything, but if they're letting homeless ladies just start yanking on handles, like...
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, so the woman did not apparently steal any money or other items from the house, but did make use of the shower and toilet.
Huh.
So you got it.
At least
you
she
know.
was showering. I mean, if she didn't shower, he'd catch on probably pretty quick. What
Yeah,
the fuck
you
is
know-
that smell?
Yeah, exactly. Is it in the chimney?
Yeah, it might be in the chimney.
So she did use the shower and toilet. The police described Horikawa as looking neat and clean when they found her. So
She took
she
care of
did.
herself.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's kind of like a harmless crime, but the creepiest crime that you could commit. She was
Yeah.
ultimately charged with trespassing, but I mean,
They need a new law for that one. They don't have enough things. So
yeah, I mean, it's technically stealing too, but he
he
probably,
probably cut her slack.
yeah, about to say he's probably just like, you know, I have to charge you with something, but because you can't think that this is like an unpunishable
Yeah,
offense.
yeah, for sure.
But he's probably not like, I also don't want to like keep this woman in prison for, I don't know.
You imagine having to piss really bad and like the guy comes home
I was
and
thinking
he's gotta
about
sit there
that.
for like 12 hours.
Well, that's what when they said they had like empty bottles or like bottles of liquid, I was like, oh, she probably peed in them. I was like, she can't
Yeah.
pee in those. Like, I mean,
She could.
yeah. But then he's like, something smells up in my cabinet.
Yeah.
Like, You know, maybe if you were like a guy, it would be a lot easier. But also, like, I don't know. You'd probably be able to
She
hear that too.
definitely wasn't shitting in them.
Wait, how do you know?
Trust me, that doesn't happen.
You ever
That doesn't go down. That doesn't go down
You ever
smoothly.
tried to shit in a 16-ounce Aquafina bottle
You haven't lived since
on a
you've
road trip to
experienced
Omaha? Then you haven't been my dad. So I guess I will wrap this up with, this is a shorter story, but just remember, if you ever find yourself confused about a misplaced item or missing food, always make sure to check under your bed and in your cupboards, because you might not be alone.
God damn. Yeah. At least she wasn't like a violent person. You know?
No, I know, and
She could have chopped him up in a bunch of pieces in the middle of the night.
well, that's the terrifying thing. Like I said, it's like extremely harmless, but at the same time, it's like the worst situation that you can think of is like the most vulnerable you are. Like inside your house, you feel alone, you feel by yourself, and feel alone sounds sad, but you know what I
I
mean.
wonder how many times she saw him just whacking it.
Or just like
Just tugging it
naked. I wonder if he's just like, oh my god, he had like a secret fetish, and he's like, I whip my scrambled eggs with my penis.
That's probably why he didn't charge her with that much.
Yeah, exactly. She caught him whipping his scrambled eggs with his penis,
Yeah.
and then she's just like, "Oh my god!" And he's just like, "Oh, where was she? In my cupboard? Yeah,
Perfect view.
She can have the house.
Yeah.
If she shuts the fuck up." So
Yeah. All right.
So be careful what you do in your own house, because you never know. You know, after that, I went and I just take a look under your bed, take a look in any closet you don't really open that necessarily. I know you're doing it right now, you listener. I know you're doing it right now. Go check a cupboard you haven't opened in a while.
Check your glove compartment for all we care.
Check your glove compartment. People have hidden those to
Yeah.
get over the border.
Oh, I know. I've seen those pictures.
I've seen
It's
a picture,
wild.
and it's just literally like a guy's like top, like middle of the chest up to his face, and he's just like in the glove box.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously his feet are like going towards the steering wheel, but
Yeah. He's
Damn.
inside the.
talk about claustrophobic.
Yeah. Fuck that.
The things, I mean, that's another situation where you kind of feel sad. You're like, what these people are willing to do to get to a certain place or to live in a house, and like, oh man, it's
Pretty wild.
It's dire straits, you know.
Nope.
Scary.
All right. Well, let's talk about my story, huh?
Let's talk about your story.
So, there's a lot of things in the world to be afraid of, like little old ladies sleeping in your cabinets.
That's number one.
But there are some things, like personal items, that carry a dark and sinister power with them. And I'm going to talk about the cursed ring of Rudolph Valentino.
Ooh.
You know about this one?
No.
Ooh, I think you're going to enjoy this one.
A cursed ring?
Yes.
Okay, wait. I've heard something about a cursed ring before, but I don't know if it's this guy.
It probably is. This is like a pretty wild story.
Okay.
So, who was Rudolph Valentino? Rudolph was a silent film star, heartthrob, and sex symbol of the late 1920s. One of his nicknames was the Latino Lover,
Oh,
or simply just Valentino.
okay. You know what's kind of cool? Like, I mean, you know what's like interesting is that sex symbols back in the day, like,
Would get sick nicknames and shit.
no, they always used to wear a lot more jewelry, like rings. You don't see anybody wearing rings anymore.
Have you seen Johnny Depp, Jason Momoa?
Do they wear a lot of rings?
So many rings.
That's the thing. It's like, I don't know. They're not cool rings. They're like skulls, and like they're like long rings that take up like half your finger. And you're like, and he's like, this one I got from a priestess up on the Himalayas. You know,
I was filming Aquaman.
yeah. You never. It's never like just like a guy with the pinky ring being like, it's a ruby, kiss it. You know, like that kind of thing.
I'm gonna get you a ruby pinky ring now.
Give me a ruby pinky ring.
I used to have a ring. I lost it.
What happened to it?
I don't know. I think I left it in an Airbnb, but my mom made it, and it makes me sad I lost it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Does she know you lost it?
Yeah, I told her.
Oh, because she's gonna find out now.
Yeah, no, I told her. I want another one, Mom.
Was it ruby?
And it was just a silver ring.
Oh.
So Valentino starred in movies such as The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, The Sheik, Blood and Sand, The Eagle, and The Son of the Sheik.
Okay, how come like most of those were really, really cool sounding?
Blood
and Sand,
He
The
was
Eagle.
like, he was very. I mean, I'll get into it, but
Sheik's not as cool. Sheik's pretty cool. Son of Sheik, a little less cool.
like I hope that's a sequel to The Sheik. For fuck's sakes. So Valentino was born.
Do you think they're gonna make a Son of Shrek movie?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Why wouldn't they?
Because
Easy money.
Shrek's sterile. Oh, he has a kid.
Yeah.
Let's stop. Keep going with your story.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying, man.
Valentino was born Rodolfo Pietro Filiberto Raffaello
Come on.
Guglielmi.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah. On May 6th, 1895 in Italy. And at the age of 18, he found incredible fame and success in America after passing through Ellis Island.
Didn't you call him the Latin lover?
Yeah.
He was born in Italy?
Yeah.
Is he Latin?
He looks pretty Latin.
I mean,
He had very olive skin and stuff like that. Like,
oh, okay. But he's not?
he's Italian.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's kind of racist.
Hey, back then, if you're like famous and making money, and they're just like, "Hey, let's call him that," you're like, yeah, sure. All
They're
right.
like, he's not pasty white. He must be one of those Latins.
Yeah, exactly.
Kiss my pinky ring.
I think he also was very good at. He was a big dancer, and so he might have had very Latin-inspired style of dancing. So that
it's all in the hips.
Yeah.
Like Chubbs
Yeah.
said, you know.
It's all in the hips.
He doesn't say it like that.
I don't have a very good.
It's all in the hips. It's all... Okay, let's stop because we're getting
Yes.
too off track.
Ellis would stay in New York for a few years doing odd jobs until leaving for Utah, making connections in a operetta company, which I'm assuming that just means like an opera company.
Yeah, so you can sing too.
Yeah, and which sucks because he's in silent films. But and finally,
Oh, yeah.
he made his way to Los Angeles and joined an Al Jolson production of Robinson Crusoe Jr.
Oh, it's like Shrek, Son of Shrek.
Yeah, exactly. Valentino would travel all through the United States chasing his acting career and starring in many films. And one day, he was in San Francisco. Valentino was shopping, and a particular item immediately caught his eye and put him in a trance. He had to have it. The shopkeeper warned Valentino about the item, saying, "It's cursed. It's called..." I'm going to do that one over.
Mm-hmm.
Shopkeeper warned Valentino about the item, saying, "It's cursed. It's called the Destiny Ring."
Did he have one milky eye?
I think he had 2 milky eyes and 4 teeth.
He's like, it's cursed. And he's like, that's a watch. And he's like, oh, that's cursed too. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
The guitar?
Yeah. He's like, oh, that marionette?
So the shopkeeper initially refused Valentino to buy the ring. But again, Valentino had to have it. So he bought the ring from the guy.
What Valentino wants, he gets.
Exactly. The ring was a silver ring with a semi-precious stone in it. Nothing too crazy aside from the curse.
What's a semi-precious stone?
So I would say that's probably like a ruby.
What the fuck? That's a precious stone. Kiss my ruby.
I don't think it's like a diamond or like...
Yeah, I guess what falls into a semi-precious. I'm going to look that up because...
It'd be like a sapphire, like an opal.
Semi-precious stone. It says... Oh, it just gives me... There's a lot of them, but it says a gemstone... Oh, that's a gemstone. Okay, fuck it. Yeah, I guess precious stones are like gold and diamonds and wonder balls.
Well, now that you're asking, I realize I don't think I ever actually saw a picture
No,
of
the
the damn thing.
traditional list of gemstones that are considered precious stones are diamond, ruby, sapphire, and emerald.
Okay, so
So-
anything below that. So probably like an opal. Probably like an opal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think something. It's stuff like it's cool. They're cool looking, like, but they're not like
Rare.
I mean, there's like amethyst and
Yeah.
amnitrite, and I'm in the A's. That's why amber.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, that makes more sense because there's a lot of stones out there. But
Yeah,
like
it's not a big hitter, but it's still nice.
the harder to find ones,
Yeah.
are the precious. You know.
Exactly.
Cool.
So Valentino would wear the cursed ring in his next film titled The Young Raja.
The cursed ring.
Yeah. Which the film, The Young Raja, would turn out to be a huge flop, something Valentino had never really experienced before. Everything he had made had been like a huge success. So first time
shit.
wearing the ring in a movie, it fucking tanks.
You know what's weird too? I feel like now they're packaging him as like a guy from the Middle East.
Yeah. No, he's like everything he's in is like Middle Eastern.
Literally any. Yeah, I was about to say anything that's like
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, he has browner skin, put him in it. You
Yep.
know, because he's like Middle
He's
East.
typecast. That
Yeah.
happens, man.
It's weird.
So after the young Raja...
So wait, he's Italian, but they call him the Latin lover,
Yep.
and then they make him a Middle Eastern guy in every single movie.
I mean, I haven't seen his movies, so I don't know.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
He has an identity
Hey,
crisis.
man, that's early Hollywood for you.
Yeah, it's true.
So after the young Raja, he would shoot and wrap the film, The Son of Jesus Christ, The Son of Sheik.
Shithead.
Yeah. But before the release of the film in 1926, the then 31-year-old actor would require to have his appendix removed. And it was in the surgery that they realized that it wasn't appendicitis. It was a gastric ulcer that was giving him similar side effects and almost impersonated the exact symptoms of appendicitis.
I was so waiting for you to say it was a rock hard fetus
Yep.
that they pulled out of. That would have been
Perfect.
the icing on the fetus.
Yep, icing on the fetus. So this illness would actually eventually be named the Valentino syndrome.
Okay, so what was technically wrong with him again?
So he had ulcers growing. He had gastric ulcers
Oh.
that were in his gut, and so they thought it was an appendicitis. Which
Did they end up removing anything?
well, they got rid of the ulcers and stuff.
They cut the ulcers out, or
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I mean, maybe they took the appendix too. I mean, I've heard of people
You don't
having
need
either. Yeah, I had mine removed. I've heard of people that get surgeries in that area and they just take it out because, like,
That's smart.
yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
it's not really needed.
Yeah, just in case, you know.
Yeah. So after his surgery, Valentino would die due to infections from the surgery and the ulcers.
Oh, fuck. Malpractice.
And he was 31.
Did they leave the ring in there by accident? The doctor left his ring in there?
Oh, the ring's not done.
No, but I just meant, how did he get an infection? Damn, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. And I guess also a little side note that I was reading, I guess like the doctors the doctors knew that he wasn't going to pull through, but like didn't tell him and were just like, yeah, you're going to be good soon.
What?
I guess that was a common thing back then, is like if a
Lying?
if a patient was going to die, they would just tell him you'll be fine. So like they'd like die in good spirit, I guess. But like it was like a little side thing saying that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god. See, how quickly did he die after this?
I think like a few days.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he went into a coma and died.
It was just because these doctors are like, oh, we did not clean the scalpel.
You know, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Who knows? I mean, it could have been a list of like multiple things,
I'm
but
like,
yeah.
Keep my ulcers. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
So it was estimated that over 100,000 people lined up in the streets of Manhattan to pay their respects to the actor as like his
As his coffin.
yeah. What are those things called again?
Hearse.
Yeah, as his hearse drove down Manhattan. But what happened to the Destiny ring, you might ask? Well, the ring would be passed down to his lover, who was Paula Negri, a well-known Hollywood actress who, after gaining possession of the item, would fall incredibly ill. I seriously looked, couldn't figure out what she fell incredibly ill with, couldn't find anything. She did recover from it, but it ended her Hollywood career.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
So Paula would get rid of the ring eventually and gave it to a young singer named Russ Colombo, who she said reminded me of Valentino.
Handsome man.
But not long after receiving the ring, Colombo would be shot and killed in a freak accident when his close friend and photographer Lansing Brown had a dueling pistol misfire in his hand, sending the ball ricocheting off a nearby table and hitting Colombo above the left eye.
Oh, what's a dueling pistol?
Like what they would do duels with?
I know, but like, what does it look like? Is it like a tiny little pistol?
Yeah, so it's got
Why does he have that?
they were in a gun room with a bunch of guns, and they were just like hanging out looking at
they're,
guns.
like, checking them out. Why was that one
And-
loaded? What the fuck?
So the weird thing that happened was that you had to have like an ignition to like hit the gunpowder. And from the accounts, I don't have it right in front of me, but I was reading it, and
Are they smoking in the room?
I think they were smoking, and Brown had a match in the same hand.
Oh,
And I think the hammer clicked and pinched the match at the same time,
no way.
and that's what caused it to fire. Like it was
Whoa.
completely unintentional.
That is
and,
a
like,
freak accident.
Yeah.
I mean, But you always like every time you hear of a freak accident, you always picture like it was a freak accident. He got killed in a freak accident. They're like, what happened? They're like,
He got shot.
the world's fattest lady shot him, and you're like, wow, that is a freak.
Yeah.
Like the chicken boy, he stabbed him in the neck. Whoa, freak accident.
Yeah.
It's never a freak.
That doesn't sound like an accident.
Never a
but-
freak that killed. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. Freak murder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Colombo's mother also suffered a heart attack in result of the passing of her son. So when she heard that her son died, she had a heart attack.
Oh, usually they just faint.
Yeah, no, she had a heart attack.
Aye.
She didn't die from the heart attack, but she was in serious condition.
Oh no.
So you could try to connect that to the ring if you wanted to.
I'd connect it.
Yeah.
One more for the ring.
Yeah. Keep it going, ring. Keep it going. So after his death, Columbo's friend Joe Casino, great name,
Oh my god.
came in possession of the cursed ring, who at first refused to wear it. No way. But eventually he couldn't resist, and he started wearing it.
Hey, I'm Joe Casino. I can't turn down a ruby ring. You look at me. I'm Joe Casino. I feel like his name was not Joe Casino, and I think he gave himself that name.
You think so?
Yeah.
So Joe Casino was fatally hit by a truck within a week.
Hey, I'm Joe Casino. I don't like using fucking crosswalks. I gotta get across the street as fast as I can. There's a hot mama over there.
So Casino's brother Del inherited the ring.
Del Casino?
Del Casino.
Or is it Del Taco? What did he name himself?
Delicatessen. But so Del was a little bit smarter, and he locked the ring in his safe, like his house safe, immediately. Just like locked up in the safe. It's like,
Did
no,
the safe fall on his head?
no. So you'd think that this might end there, but no,
No.
it most definitely does not.
Never does.
A man named James Willis decided to break into Dell's home and steal the ring. Well, I mean, he was robbing the house. He just happened to also steal the ring. I don't think he went in intentionally looking for the ring. While doing that, he tripped an alarm, and the police showed up to the house with Willis still inside. Willis tried to escape, and the police shot him dead with the ring in his pocket.
Oh, so how shitty is that safe that he has?
I don't know. It's like the probably 30s at this point.
Yeah, it's probably just like made of glass or something.
Yeah.
He just like hit it with a hammer. He's like, "Her."
Yeah.
Okay.
So after this, a director named Edward Small received the ring when he became interested in making a film about the original owner,
Where does the
Valentino.
ring? Where does the ring go? Oh no, it goes back to that guy. Because I was gonna say the thief took it, but it goes back to that the same guy who owned it.
Del.
Okay. Yeah.
Del Casino. So an unknown actor trying to make a name for himself named Jack Dunn was hired to play Valentino. At last, Dunn's huge break was here.
Mm-hmm.
Small asked Dunn to wear the ring for a scene, which would lead to Dunn dying of blood disease 2 weeks later.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what blood disease is. I mean, you could say, "Oh, it's a disease in the blood," but I'm like, I don't. How do you get blood disease? Are you born with blood disease? Do you get it from wearing a ring?
I almost wonder if this ring was like a toxic lead that just drove people to like do stupid
They
shit.
made it in like Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Let me see. What is it? Blood disease?
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, it just sounds so.
You could search
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's
Jack Dunn, Dunn, see what.
anemia, cancer, leukemia, hematologic disease.
There's a lot of them.
Hemophilia. Yeah. Okay. So he died of one of these. Infection. Thrombosis. Cool.
Yeah, they weren't too.
Even stroke is considered a blood disease, I guess.
I guess it maybe just anything that has to do with. Would a heart attack
Oh
be a
wait,
blood
this
disease?
might not be accurate.
What are you on?
Oh god.
What are you on?
Anemia, yeah, lymphoma, leukemia. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's right.
I know anemia is.
I'm on chuckecheeses.com.
Oh, okay. Are they talking about their pizzas?
Yeah, they said don't eat too many, you get blood disease. Anyway, don't hold the tokens for too long.
Yeah.
You get blood disease.
So there are different reports of where the ring rests now, but there's no actual proof of its location. And that's for a good reason. A lot of people think that it's like locked up in a safe, like deep in Hollywood somewhere, and like no one is allowed to know. Like people might have died with the secret, so no one else can get to it.
Really?
And There's some people that say that like it's in a it's like hidden in like a Hollywood museum.
Okay.
Kind of like Indiana Jones when they have all those boxes with the Lost Ark or whatever.
But still, somebody owns it, right? Like,
Someone has to.
Yeah, because like whoever owns it, like if you just don't look at it, if it doesn't like, if it's...
I don't know, because I mean the Willis guy, he wasn't wearing it and he died. It was just in his pocket. So
Yeah.
how far does that magic reach? So some even try to claim that Valentino's ghost is still searching all over Hollywood in search for the ring so he could possibly destroy the cursed jewelry.
Good ghost.
Yeah.
Unless he's destroying other jewelry and then he thinks that's the ring and now your rings are all fucked up and he's just like, I'm sorry.
Maybe that's why no one in Hollywood wears rings anymore.
Yeah.
Valentino's going around smashing them with a big old ghost hammer.
Yeah.
Got a big old naughty ghost hammer. He's just smashing rings.
Naughty ghost hammer?
Hopefully you don't have it on.
No.
He smashed it with his nasty little ghost hammer.
Fuck you up real good.
Ooh, a nasty little ghost hammer sounds like a different thing.
I woke up kind of sore today thinking a ghost got me with his hammer.
Nasty little ghost
Nasty hammer. Man.
But yeah, so where would you think that the ghost hammer is?
Where would I think where the ghost hammer
Or
is?
not
Or
where do you think the haunted ring is?
in your mouth? I don't know. I think the ring maybe... you know where I actually think would be a really cool place to have it on display?
Where?
Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know if they want it on display. Even if it's not, maybe they should bury it and give it its own grave.
What I don't get is why people wanted the ring. I would have thrown that bitch in the ocean.
It's because it's connected to this famous movie star. Like, that's if, like, think about if Frank Sinatra had a ring he wore and it was really cool, and then someone's like, hey, this is Frank Sinatra's ring, it's cursed, and you're like, well, it's Frank Sinatra's ring. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to believe, like, this is actually proven where he did wear this, and a curse might not be proven, you know? So
Yeah.
people want it regardless because of the name that's attached to it. And it was probably a nice ring, semi-precious, so it wasn't ruby. But it was still, you know, it was
Oh, I found a picture of it.
still a nice ring.
I found a picture of it. So it looks more like a, it might say right here. It was a gold and brown quartz crystal.
A what? Say it again?
Gold and brown quartz crystal.
What did you type in to see it?
I typed in Valentino's cursed ring.
Valentino cursed.
It's a cool looking ring. I'll give him that.
Let's see. Oh, I got nothing over here. Images. Okay.
And-
okay.
Yeah.
It looks like wood almost.
Yeah, it's a very like brownish gem
Okay.
or quartz, I guess.
That is like a cool ring. I thought it would be flashier though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very
See, he didn't seem like a flashy guy. He seemed like a,
yeah.
very humble
Is
dude.
this him right here? Look at him. Okay.
He,
Okay, he's very suave. Everybody back then
very
was.
suave. There's also a painting.
It's a pinky ring though.
Is it?
I mean, I'm looking at this picture right now, and it looks
Could've
like it's on
been.
his pinky.
Okay.
That's cool. See, everybody who's cool had a pinky ring.
Yeah. There's also a painting of his old lover, the Pola Negri,
Yeah.
and she was wearing the ring in the painting. And so, like, people, that it was recently purchased, but people thought that could have been cursed too. So, like, not a lot of people like wanted to fuck with that.
I think I see it. Is she wearing a headband in the picture? And she's
Yeah.
holding it like up by her face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Damn.
Yup.
So just anything that's associated with this ring gets kind of cursed.
Yeah.
Shit. Where's Valentino buried? He's buried in Manhattan.
That's a good question.
Well, you said that they lined the streets of Manhattan.
I mean, that was
bury him.
maybe his funeral. I believe that's where he died.
Yeah, they usually bury people where they're from, like, unless you're, like, a big Hollywood star. You're like, I loved Hollywood. Like, I feel like all these, like, older ladies or, like, Sunset Boulevard or whatever, there's,
Yeah.
like, oh, I drink a martini every day at 5, and they're, like, so Hollywood, and there's, like, bury me here, I'm a movie star. And you're
Yeah.
like, okay, calm down, lady.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Your career's gone.
Exactly.
But he's probably just like, I'm a hometown Giuliani, something Italian. I could say something Italian. I don't know. Help me.
I got nothing for you.
Gabagool.
Gabagool.
Canol. So, damn.
Yeah.
Watch out for the ring.
Cursed ring.
Yeah. I just don't wear rings. I don't like having them on my fingers. They make me claustrophobic.
It was weird at first. I got used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you do kind of get used to it. I mean, I don't really like wearing watches that much, but I'm getting
Oh,
used
I
to
can't.
that.
I like can't go a day without a watch on. I feel like weird if I don't have like that. Just like that feeling of something on my wrist.
Oh, you're weirding me out when you say that.
Yeah.
So,
That weird you out?
Yeah, you want a ghost hammer on your wrist?
Maybe. Can you show me what time it is?
So I think that's it for our stories today. We had a blast. You know, we covered some rock feet eye, some snake boys, some headbutts, some temples, some what else did we cover?
Cabinet women.
Cabinet women and stolen food, and
Cabinet
then,
grannies.
and then some rings and some curses. So. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Go to campstrange.com for any hyperlinks, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Go to Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. That's our biggest one. Campstrange.com, contact button. You could send us your scary, spooky stories. We need more of them for the Tales of the Camp. We're going to do another one.
Come on.
We're going to do another one very, very soon. And, yeah, merch. We got some merch. If you like merch, go check that out. The shirts are super soft. So go see those. And David, do you have anything else to say?
Nothing. Just have a great day, guys.
Just having a
we
great
appreciate
day.
you.
Having a good having a good New Year and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
Happy
that.
New Year, guys.
Yes, New Year.
I didn't realize this is the first episode of the New Year.
You know what they say, New Year, new ring. So,
Hey.
so go out there, get yourself a good ring. Make sure it's not cursed. And
Unless you're into that kind of thing.
go have a ball. Go have a ball and a half. Go have a Lucille ball.
A little gabagool.
So, gabagool. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. And don't forget to stay strange.